Somewhere they were going to rigging the blockchain system. Chinese is based upon Sun Tzu Art of War. These countries have thousand how to deceive people. Big history, so they know that how to change it, how to manipulate election of America. They to manipulate any kind of information, any kind of system in the history, so they can change. So this is our responsibility, how to secure our security system. And one more thing, I just give you some information. One more thing is this is bad health.
How can I say thank you in Dutch?
Dankjewel.
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 大内さん食べない？
Bad health. Okay, I tell you one more thing. And the American government complained Chinese Huawei, okay? Because Huawei is connecting CCP and Communist Party. That is wrong. Okay?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What means Huawei itself, Ren Zhengfei is Chinese. Don't misunderstand. He is Chinese. He is Chinese based upon deception. Every Chinese is educated by Sun Tzu Art of War. You just Chinese everybody is based upon deception. Okay? Not CCP. Communist Party, it doesn't matter. Any kind of company, any kind of Chinese, how to deceive you. So this is their culture.
So it's
Just
person by person, company
yeah,
by company.
Chinese communists, it doesn't matter. So any kind of information, any kind of data, they would like to manipulate it to favor for them. This is their nature, their culture. So we should recognize this kind of sort of thing. That is, Chinese not only the consider for manipulating their own data, but also they try to manipulate our data. Okay, this kind of election, Russia tried to manipulate information, and China tried to manipulate information. This is their way. So we must be recognize the kind of situation. But this is the other, next decade, IoT. Who's going to operate those information, manipulate information? Very risky era will come in. And so far we cannot protect it. We cannot. Right? So okay, you have one car. I tell you, one car a day, 100 gigabytes. Okay, but they can manipulate 1 byte, 2 byte. It's good enough. Yes or no? Right? Okay, just car is electric car sending data is 100 gigabytes. How are you going to figure out that the Chinese government or Chinese people just changing the switch of the one parameter? Who is going to find it? Very difficult. The final result, yes or no, just one bit, change it. The result will go to different. Like currently my studying is deep learning, is loss function. Loss function is favor or not favor. But final switch is final switch, okay, we'll just one bit change it. The result is completely different. But who is going to make judgment? This is right or wrong? No, nobody can do that. And one example I tell you, Boeing, okay? They had 2 accidents last year, airplane crash, right? And they tried to investigate what's the bug of the system. 1 year, thousand people involved in 1 year to spending what the bug is. Finally, they couldn't find out. Do you know why? It's
I thought they did.
no, they couldn't find it. And then finally, that's the reason why government stopped for sale that car, this airplane. Why? It's obvious. Their coding is 100 million, 1,000 million coding. And they're accumulating for 40, 50 years. And adding on, right? Patching on. So they cannot figure out what's wrong. Otherwise,
They figure out.
No, they cannot. Why plane going down?
Yeah.
No,
This is a sensor of the AOA.
no, they couldn't. So they couldn't. Finally, they couldn't. That's the reason why government told them stop to sell it. I read it, the article. No, they couldn't.
I want to Google this.
Yeah, Google it. They can. This is sort of things that happen, and just this incidentally, okay? Incidentally, Chinese people will going to interrupt your system. How are we going to change it? How are we going to fix it? No, cannot. Right? And it means your car is auto system, right?
Yeah, probably.
And then somebody going to connecting the internet and switching wrong way, right? Your brake system or your gasoline, something.
Yeah, I know somebody tried to same thing to the fault.
Yeah, this is
Probably 5 years ago or something.
now is more capable.
Yeah. So that's why I hate this.
Not now capable. So this is sort of thing will happen.
As a classic car is it's kind of safer. It's kind of safe.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This kind, but this is not relating to employment. But world is changing. IT revolution coming on, and nobody prepared. But I tell you, nobody working at supermarket next 3 years.
Supermarket?
Supermarket. And you don't need many accountants. You don't need
even
many
with,
many lawyer.
Amazon Go?
Yeah, Amazon Go. You don't need asking for accountant. You don't need many lawyers. And can we reduce policemen? No, I don't think so.
Policeman, of course we need.
We need, right?
Yeah. Because not digital, so the thief, how to say, the pickpocket or something like that, everything just analog thing, right? Analog activity.
So I think we need to seriously consider what kind of job we're going to be emerging, and disappearing job we can clearly define, right? What kind of job is emerging? Obviously, and IT technology is we need some mathematician. Okay, this is going down. Second is we need how to going to check big data. Check means what kind of parameter going to require for manage company.
Oh. Okay, so Uno-san.
I'm right.
I'm right.
Probably, I think.
I'm right. I read the article.
So what it says, because the fault was triggered by specific streams of erroneous flight data, a new software patch can be devised that monitors the computer for that highly unusual condition. So you are wrong and you are right. So they managed to solve it, but you are right in the sense that this gives me the idea that basically what they do is they divert it. So they didn't really pinpoint the problem.
Yeah, I know. They said some excuse. This is the excuse. And government understand. Oh, are you sure?
So
no.
basically, they what they did is they looked at under which conditions does it dive. So they found actually that it's a software error, and they found the conditions under which it occurs. And then basically what they do is that when this pattern occurs, they kind of create a roundabout. So that means that they didn't really go down and say, okay, here is the error. They only say, okay, well, this is when the error occurs. So when that pattern is observed, we are going around it.
They couldn't pinpoint.
So they could solve it, but they did not really pinpoint the actual problem.
I know that.
So Uno-san, you're right.
So technically they didn't, right?
And okay, I tell you what the problem is. Okay, I tell you.
Yeah.
Their coding is million coding.
Yeah.
100 million,
Pretty nice.
1,000 million.
Correct.
It means they don't know the system. They don't have whole flowchart.
Gotcha.
So what the result is, they discard everything. They try to create spending next 5 years.
Touchscreen?
Yes.
So that's why.
5 years. So this is
So you mean they couldn't find the pinpoint error code?
no.
So this is a problem, right?
No.
4 gigabyte.
Okay.
So this kind of job will going to be generated.
Okay. Not bad.
1,000 million coding.
It's a string.
Oh,
1 billion coding.
Microsoft Surface.
Yes, Microsoft Code. Look,
Microsoft
Go is
Code.
low-end
1 billion.
plan.
1 billion.
I
Maybe
think
more.
Even car is
It's
like
nice.
billion code. I think.
About
More, I don't know.
500 gram.
So they need to change everything, like create new ones.
That's also nice.
So it takes 5 years.
So
Maybe so.
And
They,
it says
but
it's
Google
something
or Apple
that's
can
heavy.
hire 1 million
If I
programmer,
put it-
2 million
the
programmer.
thing
They can make it, but
Very
it's
heavy.
tremendous work. Still remaining for
This is-
coding.
So now JR is
So
the
this
company
thing, this
want to
together is
less
500.
driver on the amount of demand what you
So
want.
together,
So do
the
you
keyboard plus
what do you think about that?
Plus the
idea?
server.
You mean
They have-
autonomous car?
yes, driverless kind.
1万円
Ah, this is-
JR Kyushu
So this
is
thing
just
doesn't come with
driverless,
a
but
keyboard.
Yeah.
JR East
This
JR
body
East
is
want to be
This is 1枚.
free on no body.
But okay, so this
Just
is
plain.
this is
What do you
slightly
mean,
different than
railway?
the iPad.
Railways?
So you have
Railway.
you have a
Railway.
Windows
Railways is
But you
no
don't-
driver.
HSO.
This automatic car they can
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So, but you
Is it easier?
easy.
Okay.
it,
But autonomous car is not
This
easy.
is
China is already
very right.
do it, but they have making law. Pedestrian getting the exclusive road, and the government never guarantee for them.
Alright.
It's your fault. But
screen is good.
democratic world, they never allow that kind of sort of thing.
You can see it from here.
Any kind of person getting the exclusive lane, but hitting car is not guarantee for them. But communist
I like
society, they don't need to consider for those people.
I see
You are
people
right.
in my company, they're all walking
Right.
around with
So China is going to
iPads.
restrict by law,
Ah,
and they try to prepare the exclusive lane all over China. So they implement autonomous car quickly.
And this is
But
also-
America is just, he said, okay, autonomous car driving system is can make it. No, 20, 30 years later. Because this
Surface,
car
Surface Go.
car is running, and suddenly
low-end
thunder
car.
came here, and system shut down.
But the
What
power
happened?
is 4 gig.
They
so
can
it's not-
protect
not
it.
bad.
Even if thunder hit the car and system shut down, but should be 100% for safe,
Okay.
guaranteed.
Two types.
This is the current technology is
One is
impossible.
4 gig main memory. The other is maybe
So this sort of thing.
Yeah, Thunder is very difficult.
And this one
What are you talking? Let's go into break. Ed, going to break?
We haven't even started yet, but okay. okay. じゃあコーヒー飲みたい人。
はい、いいと思います。